If you're planning to fly within Greece, this video is for you. Domestic flights can save you a lot of time, but before you book, you need to understand the airlines, fare types, luggage rules, and airport procedures. I'm Chrysoula, a local based in Athens, and in this video, I'll explain how domestic flights in Greece work, which airlines to check, and what to know before you fly. Let's start with the main airlines you'll probably see when booking domestic flights in Greece. When you book domestic flights in Greece, the main airlines you usually see are Aegean Airlines, Olympic Air, and Sky Express. Aegean covers many of the main routes from Athens and Thessaloniki to popular islands and cities around Greece. Olympic Air is part of the Aegean group and often operates smaller island routes. So if your Aegean flight says operated by Olympic Air, that is completely normal. Sky Express is another Greek airline with a large domestic network, including major islands, smaller islands, and mainland destinations. Before booking, check both Aegean Olympic Air and Sky Express because prices, luggage rules, and flight times can be different. Now let's look at Aegean and Olympic Air fares. Aegean and Olympic Air are part of the same group, and Aegean is also a Star Alliance member. So if you collect miles with Miles and Bonus or another Star Alliance program, check if you can earn or use miles on your flight. In economy, the main fares are Light, Flex, and Comfort Flex. Light is the cheapest option and is best if you travel very light. It usually includes either a personal item or a cabin bag up to 8 kilos, but no checked luggage. Flex includes a personal item and a cabin bag up to 8 kilos, plus more flexibility like free ticket changes and free standard seat selection. Comfort Flex is better if you need a suitcase, because it includes a personal item, a cabin bag up to 8 kilos, and one checked bag up to 23 kilos. All economy fares usually include a complimentary snack. There are also business basic and business class fares, with more luggage, meal and beverages, and extra benefits like priority services, lounge access, and more flexible changes depending on the fare. For dimensions, Aegean's cabin bag is usually up to 56 by 45 by 25 cm on Airbus aircrafts, or 55 by 40 by 23 cm on smaller Turbo Pro aircrafts. Checked luggage should be up to 158 cm total dimensions, meaning length plus width plus height. Before paying more for a higher fare, also check the price of adding baggage online. It is usually better to add it before you get to the airport. Personally, I use the Level 8 textured 2-piece set. The carry-on is compliant with Aegean's cabin baggage size limits, including the smaller turboprop aircraft limits used on some island routes. And for longer trips, I use a checked suitcase from the same set, which is also suitable for standard checked baggage, as long as you stay within the weight limit of your fare. I will leave my Level 8 link in the description, but whatever luggage you choose, always measure it including the wheels and handles. Now let's look at Sky Express. Sky Express uses different fare names from Aegean. For economy, you will usually see Sky Offer, Sky Joy, Sky Joy Plus, and Sky Enjoy. Sky Offer and Sky Joy are the lighter fares. They include a personal item and a cabin bag up to 8 kilos. Sky Joy Plus includes a cabin bag and a checked bag up to 15 kilos, so it can work if you are traveling with a smaller suitcase. Sky Enjoy includes a cabin bag and a checked bag up to 23 kilos, so it is usually better if you need standard checked luggage. Sky Express also has business fares called Bliss and Bliss Plus with a cabin bag up to 13 kilos, more checked luggage, and extra benefits. These are only available on selected routes. For dimensions, the Sky Express cabin bag must be up to 55 by 40 by 23 cm, and checked luggage must be up to 156 cm total dimensions. So again, always check both the weight and the size before you fly. This is also why I use my Level 8 textured 2-piece set when traveling around Greece. The carry-on is compliant with the cabin baggage limits used by the main Greek airlines, and the checked suitcase is suitable for standard checked baggage, as long as you stay within your fare's weight limit. Plus the wheels are very strong, which really matters in Greece, with cobblestone streets, uneven pavements, hotel steps, ferry ramps and airport buses. After you've checked your fare and luggage rules, the next question is, how early should you get to the airport? For domestic flights in Greece, I recommend arriving around 1.5 to 2 hours before departure. If you checked in online and only have carry-on luggage, 1.5 hours is usually enough. If you have checked luggage, you're flying from Athens or you're traveling in July or August, allow closer to 2 hours. Online check-in for Aegean, Olympic Air and Sky Express usually opens 48 hours before departure. With carry-on only, you can usually go straight to security. With checked luggage, you still need to go to the counter or bag drop. Your carry-on may be weighed at check-in or even at the gate. If the flight is full, the airline may ask you to check your hand luggage at the gate for free. But if your bag is oversized or overweight, you may have to pay extra. Many domestic flights in Greece board by bus, not through a jet bridge, so you may need to climb stairs onto the plane. And because most domestic flights are short, I recommend buying water after security, especially in summer. Now, let's talk about where you can actually fly in Greece. Many popular Greek islands have airports, but not every island does. And even when an island has an airport, the schedule may be limited, especially in low season. Some of the main island destinations with airports include Santorini, Mykonos, Paros, Naxos, Milos and Syros in the Cyclades. In Crete, you can fly to Heraklion, Chania and Sitia. In the Dodecanese, there are airports in places like Rhodes, Kos, Karpathos, Kalymnos, Kassos, Leros, Astipalea and Castellorizo. In the Aeonian Islands, you can fly to Corfu, Kefalonia, Zakynthos and Kythera. You can also fly to Preves Aktion Airport, which is useful if you're going to Lefkada. In the North Aegean, you'll find airports on islands like Lesbos, Chios, Samos, Limnos and Ikaria. There are also several mainland airports including Athens, Thessaloniki, Kalamata, Ioannina, Alexandroupoli, Kavala and Volos. So before you build your itinerary, check 3 things. Does your destination have an airport? Which airline flies there? And is the flight direct, connecting or seasonal? This is especially important if you're traveling outside peak summer because some routes may have fewer flights or different schedules. Before you book your domestic flight in Greece, here are a few final tips. First, don't only compare the ticket price. Compare the final price with luggage included. A cheaper fare may not be cheaper once you add a checked suitcase, seat selection or flexibility. Second, check your luggage size and weight before you leave for the airport. This is one of the reasons I use my level 8 luggage when I travel around Greece. The carry-on is compliant with the cabin baggage limits of the main Greek airlines. And as a plus, the suitcases have very strong wheels, very useful for cobblestone streets, uneven pavements, hotel steps, ferry ramps, and airport buses. Third, check the airport and schedule carefully. Some island airports are small and flights can be limited during the off-season. Fourth, book earlier if you're traveling in July or August, especially to popular destinations like Santorini, Mykonos, Crete, Rhodes, Corfu and Kos. And finally, if you have an international flight home, don't fly back to Athens on the same day if you can avoid it. I always recommend having a buffer day, because domestic flights can occasionally be delayed or cancelled due to strong winds, strikes or other disruptions. Always check the airline rules again before you fly, because baggage policies can change depending on the fare, route and aircraft. So that's what you need to know before flying in Greece. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more Greece travel tips. I will leave the useful links in the description, including the luggage I use. And if you need help planning your trip to Greece, can also check my personalized travel planning services below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.